All right, everybody, what's up? And welcome to, I don't know if we're going to call this, we'll call it episode 2 of Epic Nerd Time, where we are going to do a wonderful watch-along series of the first season of the Uncanny X-Men. Who is hyped for this?
I am.
Probably just us three.
Yeah, probably just us three. But here's the thing to people at home: if you have a Disney Plus account, this is the old series from back in the day. Yeah, and it's on there. It's hidden in there. You gotta look. You gotta look for it, but it's there.
I think if you can probably find some of the episodes on YouTube as far as the first season goes.
Yeah.
Or however you guys are getting this, wherever you get it, we're watching it on Disney Plus. I'm sure the majority of people who are watching this have Disney Plus accounts due to the Marvel stuff. Before we jump into this, Canton, you were saying earlier, this was Saturday morning, every Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man.
I mean,
yeah, dude, wake up and I don't even remember what came before these shows, but this was the 10 o'clock spot, I think, 10 or 10:30. And it was why I was awake and watching TV Saturday morning, man, because this was on. This is what I was there for.
What about you, Pete? What do you remember about X-Men?
Same thing, man. Same thing, man. Running down the stairs and the intro kicking off. You knew you better hustle to get to the TV, man. This show was sick for us when we were kids, man. It was the first show that let our little imaginations kind of run wild. I mean, we had our other shows that did that, but for me, this show was huge.
Yeah.
I think it was one of the first continuous like series that I really got into because like the storyline kept going. As a young kid, I wasn't into that stuff. I just wanted to see some action and my favorite guys. I think this one was like falling into what a story is.
Yeah. And this might have been my first introduction to like comic books.
Yes.
And the idea of comic books, you know. So
for a lot of us too, it was a lot you discovered a lot watching this. A lot of the characters, you're like, oh, who's that? And then you go to the comic book store and you see that character and you're like, hey, I saw them on the TV show. Yeah. I want to learn some more about them. So you scoop the comic or whatever. So it was a good way for a child to learn these characters.
That's right.
I think it's kind of where it was for me too. It was the trifecta: the show, the figures, and the comics.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, because you had accessibility, you had to see them on TV, you could play with the figure, you could read about it.
Yeah, man.
Like it was like a full meal deal, so to speak.
For sure.
But with that being said, you guys, if any more nostalgic, anything you want to say about X-Men?
No, we can
have you before we do jump into this, have you guys heard about the X-Men 97 that's coming?
I think I saw a hint.
They're hashing out new old school episodes of this era of X-Men.
Yes.
And it's called X-Men 97.
Yes.
Nice.
I think it's like next year or something like that. So stay tuned. We'll probably do a watch along of that if we're still going strong then.
Hell yeah.
But if you guys are ready, I am ready.
Yep.
Also,
if everybody else is listening is ready, head to wherever you can get X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, season 1, episode 1, Night of the Sentinels, part 1 of 2. If you guys are ready, we'll press play in 3, 2, 1, go.
This intro, boys, come on.
Yeah, man.
Dude.
The sound. Sing it, P.
Oh, there's no singing, but there's a lot of jamming. I mean, imagine the guy on the synth in that studio.
I always loved how Wolverine went from like naked to fully clothed.
Right. Yeah. She's hitting at the Weapon X stuff.
There's Chelsea Grammer.
Yeah.
Danny Tatum.
Yeah.
Jubilee, man. Forgotten
For sure.
Yeah.
That beast shot, dude. Get out of here.
We need to cover that classic figure where you see the scene where Wolverine takes his claws and there's like that blue, almost like laser looking thing. There's a figure coming out with that as an accessory. We need to cover him one episode.
Chrome Dome took a dive.
My Wolverine's vibrating. That's how you know Sabretooth's on the screen.
Yeah.
Do I need to put on the rage head?
Just seeing Sabretooth, dude.
Yeah, my figure's
jumping Sabretooth at the very beginning, but they don't say anything about him until he pops up later.
You think we'll see something like this mutant agency? Is it already in place? Like in the MCU?
Right. That's a good what if.
I always think it's interesting that they start with Jubilee. She's the showcase character for this season.
I think the reason they immediately want the viewer to realize that the whole thing surrounding X-Men is that no matter if you're different or what, you should all be treated equally, which I think is a huge virtue. And that's really what this show is about, really.
Oh,
yeah, it's all about equality.
Yeah. So starting out with Jubilee as a kid, you saw this and you're like, oh, hey, I'm her. I have a friend that looks like her, or whatever.
These Sentinels, have you guys seen that Marvel Legends Sentinel?
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 3 foot tall.
Yeah, dude, it's freaking nuts. And there's a Galactus that's that big too, dude.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'd love to have the Galactus, man. That'd be sweet.
I love
how see that Sentinel peeking into your room like that?
I'd be screaming, bro. My shotgun
butthole would take a bite out of my pants.
I was gonna say my shotgun wouldn't do much damage to that thing.
No.
There's us as kids.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Before Nicole ruined everything at Fun Mountain.
Yeah, that's basically us at the bowling alley because that's basically where the only arcade was for a while.
Yeah, I remember Fun Mountain had the video games, and then it was the bowling alley.
Yep.
So for the viewers at home that are just getting to know the Epic Nerd Time podcast, us three here grew up together, so we have a lot of old stories.
Yeah, we've known each other since we were in grade school.
We're family. We hope you guys are too.
Yes, thank you for inviting us into your earlobes for episode 2.
That's right.
What a wonderful way to start this thing off.
Again, you got a guy pissed off at mutants. We don't want these stupid mutants around here.
Mm-hmm.
And who does she run into, boys?
Yep, Storm and Rogue.
Rogue's so hot, by the way.
Yeah.
I just remembering Rogue's voice. I love her voice.
Yeah.
She had that southern charm, boy.
Yeah,
Right.
boy.
Yeah, first crush was Winnie from Wonder Years. Second was Rogue from X-Men.
You were just waiting for Rogue to say, I'm happier than a pig in shit.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yes.
Oh, and Gambit, boys. My heart. That was our first little peek at Gambit.
Mm-hmm.
Remember seeing him as a kid, and he has those dark eyes with the red pupils, and it was
Yeah.
like, what is this guy?
Yes.
Did you see that Gambit one-off they did on YouTube? That short film they did?
Mm-mm.
If you
Oh,
haven't,
yes.
haven't,
No,
but
I
I
did.
will.
I
Yeah.
did. It was awesome.
I know.
So cool. You hadn't seen it, Jonesy?
Mm-mm. Chinese American. Jubilee's Chinese American.
Really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either. I guess the whole fireworks theme. They're known for their gunpowder.
That's why we have it.
Yep.
And Storm can just make a storm anywhere. She moves down in the sewer and
Storm
conjures
looks
up
like
fog.
Murphy Brown, like she's about to tell us the weather.
My thing I love about Storm is that she commands it. All right.
Yeah.
She commands that shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It's not-
she's connected to Black Panther.
Yeah,
Really?
That's right.
Yeah, I believe that there's connections to Black Panther and Wakanda.
Here's the first look we get at full form, by the way, viewers.
Right.
This white Storm, that's full form.
She becomes the queen of Wakanda eventually.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Good to know. I'm gonna have to dig into
Rogue, strong as hell, just lifts
Yeah.
up an escalator.
Right.
that.
Storm's
Yes.
got to be 6 foot tall.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah. let's
Rogue's
hope.
power, those powers were always very interesting to me because she can take anybody's powers, but then she also has her own. She's super strong and she can fly like without even having to touch anybody else.
Fuck yeah, she just decked a sentinel, knocked his head off.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Well, he didn't knock his head off, but it sure looked like it for a second. But damn, he knocked him on his ass.
Yeah.
I love how Gambit is a coon ass.
Mm-hmm.
For those that don't know what a kunas is, that's a redneck from Louisiana, basically.
Straight from the swamp.
Yeah, and he's got the whole French vibe. This character, oh, I didn't mean to share. He's got the whole French vibe.
Yeah.
Always there for the perfect
Where
catch.
you going, Petit?
Yeah. Yes, sir. It's the first look we get at Gambit using his powers.
Wow. Those cards are powerful.
Yeah, man. I love the 90s haircut that he's got, that freaking that hair sticking out the top. And her rolling around with those big old visor shades. Jubilee, man.
Look at the mall. Look at the mall, boys, that they're in. I mean, that's the mall we grew up in.
What happened, right? Yeah, what happened to the mall, man? I haven't been in an indoor mall in forever.
I'm sure they still exist in some form, but you can't beat the old style food court and Aladdin's Castle and arcades and all that stuff.
Sbarro pizza and shit like that.
Yes.
I'm sure it's different in other big cities, but that's what we had.
If you're from the Midwest, y'all probably know what we're talking about.
Oh yeah. Dude, yeah. And speaking of arcades, like my mom, not every time, but she was nice enough. She'd leave me in there for like an hour, dude, and give me about $10 in quarters and let me just roll. There's Cyclops.
Heck yeah. Here's our first view. Yeah, here's our first view of Cyclops. This is the figure, guys, that is a little more sought after and a little more expensive.
Yes, like second edition Cyclops.
Yeah.
So did you see how wide that beam was when he chopped the head off that Sentinel? That's all that visor tweaking that we were talking about earlier.
Just the ominous music.
Yeah.
Gosh dang, I remember the carpet in my living room. You know what I mean? Like, jeez.
Yeah.
All the sound effects in this show are amazing.
So there she's admitting it, though.
Looky here, who we got.
Yep. Beast rolling around on the ceiling.
Wasn't that his name, Jonesy? Chelsea Grammer. Chelsea Grammer, wasn't that his name?
Yeah.
The actor we always joke sounded like
Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey,
you talking about Frasier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was our first look at Morph right there.
Which he's
Aggression by Calvin Clone. Is that what it said on the bottle?
Yeah. Yeah, Morph's one that kind of fell off. Is he in any other movies?
No. Raven's about the closest we get is to a shapeshifter.
Right.
What's she doing? Figuring out what's going on here?
Yeah. Had your first shot of Magneto. Professor X has the only wheelchair in existence that hovers.
He's got deep pockets.
Yeah, right.
When you have the world's strongest mind, you're able to have stuff like that.
He just makes Jean carry him around everywhere with her mind, like even while she's not there.
It's her one sole purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why he has her.
I love how Beast just took off down the hall, and instead of running normally, he ran alongside the wall.
Yeah.
Like, screw it, dude. I got these powers. I'm going to just take off sideways.
The war room.
Yeah, these training rooms are sweet.
Yeah, man.
I actually, what game was it I played?
Oh,
what video game was
boy.
it? There he is. There he is. The man himself. No, but I was going to say in the video game, they allowed you to bounce back from the main story and you could go to the war room and train. And that was cool. Oh, it was that Switch game. Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3, the Black Order.
Okay.
Yeah, you could go to the war room and practice. That was pretty cool.
I love how they say it's the Raging Cajun, but really in this scene, it's the Raging Canadian.
I think this is the voice of Wolverine that will always be in my memory. When I think of Wolverine, that's the voice I hear. I don't hear Hugh Jackman. Sorry.
Right.
No, Hugh Jackman gets kind of close.
Yeah.
He's good as a live action Wolverine.
Yeah.
He's the Wolverine that I want.
Right.
But you're right though. There's Mama Bear again.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the child.
We're
going to show you how things work here. A great teacher, Storm.
Yeah.
And you'll notice the X is on her chest. The one on her, I guess would be left shoulder, is the one they use to communicate. I think if you look at all the X-Men, I know Cyclops has one too, but how cool would that be? You just go, hey guys, come to Tower 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a turtle comm, if you will.
Yeah, right. We need to rig all our mics up with turtle comms.
Need to get those mic flags and just have like a mic flag on the bottom that has our logo on it.
There you go. That'd be cool.
Like Channel 6.
Yeah.
Storm again, commanding the weather. In this scene, she's basically telling Jubilee why we're here, why the school was created. This is what we do.
Yeah.
People fear what they don't understand.
Mm-hmm. I like how they Professor X and the other scientists, they profile people. Like you'll see screens with them up there and it'll have like their credits on the side, and then later on they made cards and stuff out of that too. I thought that was pretty cool.
Another little thing you could collect easily.
Mm-hmm.
Especially you got to know what's going on with them.
Yeah, you got to have your stats.
Gives you basically an exact size of what's going on.
Yeah.
Hidden agenda. This guy. How did he get that picture?
Right. Is that Trask? Is that Trask?
Was he at the mall? We're gonna see, Ken. If I remember correctly, I believe he is not what you think he is. I love how this giant sentinel's just showing.
Yeah, how in the world does that happen?
Yeah.
Nobody notices this giant thing.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is
can't
again.
Hear him move or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fireworks don't work on me, honey.
Nope. There's another one.
You're gonna need some help, baby.
Those things are nuts. How tall do you think those things are in the retrospect here? 30, 40 foot tall?
40 foot, yeah. Yep.
4 stories. Uh-oh. I always love the Sentinels tool because they have so many. They're like go-go gadget Sentinel. You know what I mean? Yes. They always have these weird things. Like you just saw like this gas come out of all of his.
There's
right.
Clothed Wolvie.
Yeah.
Street clothes Wolvie.
Street clothes Wolvie.
Wearing his Canadian tuxedo.
I always hated Morph's laugh. He's such a little cheeky bastard.
I thought he was kind of funny.
He is. He is.
Could always tell he was a little bit of a dick, though.
Yeah.
Little weasel.
Here we are again about another speech about how mutants can coexist with humans.
Yeah. Jean Grey still holding up Professor X. Wolverine's hair is blue.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love how he always talks smack to Cyclops.
Yeah.
Well, I think in a weird way, he doesn't think he's fit to lead,
Right.
especially at this point in the series.
Yeah, that's why he gets angry like he does when things happen.
And two, at this point, Wolverine in the series hasn't fully, how do you say it, chilled out. He hasn't found himself yet. So he's kind of a cocky, aggressive, very aggressive Wolverine where we're seeing him at this point.
Yeah, he hadn't definitely, checked all the shit that's happened to him in the past at this point.
Yeah. He eventually goes to Japan and learns to control his rage a little bit.
Beast walking like a monkey and Rogue throwing boulders.
That's what you'd do if you had the powers, right? I'd be doing that all the time.
I'd flick those things out of the way.
Yeah. Yard work would be so easy.
Yeah.
There's more.
I always wanted an X-jet. I don't think I ever got one.
What does Cyclops do when he goes to the optometrist?
Can he? I wouldn't think he
What?
could.
I'm just joking, saying, what does he do? Like, hopefully he has good eyesight, because if he needs to go to an eye doctor, it's gonna have to be a specialist for sure.
Adamantium walls.
The doctor leans over and he's like, all right, let's check it in his head.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Give it to me, Storm.
One of the only times she doesn't say what
full
she's doing.
moon.
The dual capes on Storm are iconic. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's actually a Mafex figure you can pre-order right now of Storm in that exact outfit, and it looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, check that one out. The old fastball special, the old Lobsky.
Yeah, but Wolverine's cool enough to do a flip out of it.
Right.
Oh, for sure. Oh, that
That's the
sound.
landing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. There's nothing better than those claws coming out and that noise.
I think Jonesy told me one time, he said, imagine being like in a dark room and you hear those claws pop out. What runs through your mind?
Dude, I would pee down both pant legs.
Yeah.
Wolverine's got some good one-liners.
Oh, for sure. For sure. He's almost like a Clint Eastwood-ish in this series.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I remember there's one episode where it's, tell me, do you feel lucky? And it's just like, yes.
It seems like too in the later stuff, like not the cartoon, but like movie versions, they go away from his sense of smell.
Right.
Seems like usually in these cartoons, like his sense of smell was huge for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, every episode he smells something.
Yeah.
I love how the other X-Men say, how do you have this crazy sense of smell when you stink yourself? You reek. How do you not smell yourself?
Yeah.
That's so good.
He doesn't care. He's Wolverine. He's an animal.
It's hilarious that security panel was all switches instead of a digital board. Like kids now seeing that be like, what?
What is this switch you speak of? Yeah. It's not a fingerprint reader.
The old school CGI finish.
I love it.
Yes. It's like what Professor X sees or whatever.
Right.
When he's got his big mutant catalog or whatever it's called.
Yeah. All right. So
guys, that's it.
And it's kind of like you're selecting your character in a video game from back in the day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
First initial thoughts on that episode. I know we've seen it a lot, but
yeah.
I think it's a good. I think it's a good little origin story to get you used to the X-Men, and you kind of learn the theme of the X-Men. You saw Jubilee trying to, why am I not accepted? Why am I getting kicked out of the arcade? And the X-Men take her in and explain to her, hey, we're here to change that idea. So
yeah,
Seems
it's
like
a good
every
little
one of the
rundown
X-Men go
of-
through that.
Right, they do. Yeah, they do in their own story, and it's also a good little rundown of each character. You know, you get a little bit of each of them, and kind of figure out what they all can do in 20 minutes. You know,
Well, and you can kind of see where other figures come from too. If you want to throw this into figures, I mean, with Street Clothes Wolvie, Black and
Right.
Yellow
Boom.
second edition Cyclops.
yeah,
I mean, the
sure.
first edition of Storm was black, and I mean that Storm.
Right.
This was episode 1, and she's white.
yeah.
Yep.
Which
So-
when did this series start? Was it 95?
I thought it was 4.
That
I
was
could be
like-
wrong. Fact check me, viewers, on that one.
What's
92.
Was it 92?
Yeah.
So Adam,
yeah,
obviously the comics were first,
Right.
but still, hey guys, episode 2, epic nerd time in the books.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody who's listening. Thank you for inviting us into your
Thank you all.
earlobes and maybe your eyeballs. Check us out wherever podcasts are found. Look for Epic Nerd Time. Check us out on our YouTube channel. Once we get that thing going, every week we've got something new for you coming at you. More than likely, once a month, we're going to have our big variety show updated and more watch-alongs to come as well. Tons of awesome interviews I'm trying to set up with a few people. So we'll get that going. But guys, we did it, babes.
Yeah.
we did it.
That's it. Zoom bullshit and all.
Right.
We did it.
We'll catch you next time.
Thank
Yeah,
you
boys.
guys. Later,
I'll see
nerds.
y'all in the messenger chat here in a little while.
All right.
Later, guys.